Hello everyone, welcome and thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. I have a really fun card to share with you. It is a Coaster Husky birthday card featuring Avery Elle Peekaboo Coaster stamp set. And you know I love these Peekaboo stamps. So this one features my Husky grandpuppy right in the middle. It is for his parent, his mama. It's her birthday. So we're going to start by stamping the coaster itself at the bottom. Now my intention was to make this an interactive slider card, but once I was making the card I realized it wasn't going to be enough room, but that was my intention. We're going to put a pin on that because I might have to still continue with that idea sometime in the future. So I stamped the elements that I'm going to need and I'm going to color them with Copic markers. So I'm going to show you the coloring just for my little Husky here. He is mostly white, so I'm using the toner grays along with the Copic colorless blender just to push some of the color out. I don't want it to be very gray, but I don't want him just, you know, white. So I'm coloring in those cute little paws and coloring around his little face. And you might have seen little Arlo here in some of my previous videos because he has made appearances here and there in some videos. So I have finished coloring. You can see all the Copic markers I used, and now I'm going to die cut the little girl. She's the only one I have a die for. I'm going to have to fussy cut the rest of them, but it's okay because these images are not very difficult to cut around. So I'm going to cut the first one for you on camera, and then I will go ahead and cut the rest of them off camera to save some time. So there they are, all cut out, and I ended up stamping, coloring, and die cutting another little coaster car later on. I am adhering the little girl, the birthday girl, to the front car, and then I'm going to pop the little Husky to the second car. I'm going to glue him on. And I know that the dimensions are a little off, but, you know, for us that have fur babies, our fur babies are important. So, you know, he is going to be prominent on the card. So I'm going to go ahead and attach the little paws with some foam tape for even more dimension. Okay, so I'm going to add some shadows with the Copic marker. This is a gray, I believe it's a C marker. So I'm adding some shadows, and oops, my hand slipped, so I have a big old gash in the middle, but it's okay. I just took the colorless blender with the broad nib and just scrubbed that color, and once it dried you can't even tell that I made that big boo-boo. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and work on that background. So I'm going to take the cloud stencil and some distress oxide and tumbled glass, and I'm going to go ahead and stencil a cloud background all across that sky. I'm flipping it around and moving it around so that I get a variation in the types of cloud patterns on this background. So nothing hard, easy peasy. So I'm going to work my way down the panel, and once I'm done with that, this is what it kind of starts to look like. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this sky panel to a black 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 landscape card base, and I'm going to pop up the coaster part so it's popped up from that card base. So I'm going to add some foam adhesive. I'm going to remove the liner and attach it to the card. I'm also going to add foam adhesive to the little coaster cars. So I'm going to cut little pieces of foam adhesive and add it to the back of the cars. So as you can see, I went ahead and colored and die cut that third one. I'm removing the liner from the foam to the first and the last car, and that will kind of help me to know exactly the best place for that middle car. So I'm going to go ahead and also attach the little balloon bundle, and then now I can go ahead and attach the middle car with little Arlo on it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and glue just those balloon strings. I stamped and die cut the sentiment that reads, "Have a thrilling birthday." and attach that to the card. I'm adding some clear sparkle pen to the gifts, to the balloons, and then to that detail on the side of the coasters. But later on I decided to add some glitter, some stickles instead, and that was definitely the way to go. I'm attaching these little pieces of cardstock that I cut out. I just cut them out by hand to kind of be the links in between the cars, so that they wouldn't just be there, you know, without a guide to pull them. Now the stamp set does have like an image of it, but I just didn't want to mess with it. This was just a lot easier and less fussy to do. So I'm just going ahead and putting it where I want with a little bit of glue, and it looks good just like that. Now I'm taking the black gel pen and adding details to the eyes, to the nose on the doggy. And then with the white gel pen, I'm going to add some highlights and shine marks to the balloons, to the cars, and then to a couple of the presents. And that is it. The card is done pretty much. Oh, I did want to add a little sentiment for the doggy, so I stamped and die cut this rough. Now I'm going to work on the inside. So I am stamping the balloon that comes in the same stamp set as the little girl. And then the sentiment that reads, "It's potty time." P-A-W-T-Y. Potty time. And I'm adhering it to the inside of the card. Just like that. And now my card is done. So here's the finished card, and as you can see now, you can see where the stickles absolutely adds that punch that this card needed, I think. How fun, right? Little coaster with her doggy and presents. And here's a peek of the inside. And then one last look at my little grandpuppy Arlo there. He is a cutie, and here he is in real life. So do you think I did him justice? I think so. I think she'll love her birthday card. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting. Stay safe, everyone, and enjoy a lovely crafternoon. And if you'd like to see any more videos, here are a couple for you to watch. Thank you. Until next time. Bye.